What is a healthy work-life balance? It's different, but I'm going to give you the exact tools on how you can figure it out for you. When we can live life on our terms, on a holistic level, taking into account not just our business lives, but also our health, all of our relationships, from friends, family, partners, the world changes. All right. So if you're looking at what is a healthy work-life balance, well, it's going to be different for everybody. And you get the beautiful opportunity to reframe it and choose for yourself what it looks like. But there's 3 basic things you need to know. First, you have to do an assessment to define where you are and where you want to go. Second, create a plan so you can achieve it. And then third, how can you do that with ruthless but compassionate consistency? So for that first step is, how are you defining success? And how are you going to holistically define it for you, not according to anybody else? So at our website, lifeon-yourterms.com, doesn't cost you anything, free. You can go, and about halfway down the page, there's a tool called the balance wheel. Go through, it'll take you about 6-7 minutes, give you immediate results of where you stand. This is going to be the initial assessment, and it's fully integrated. The outcome will look like something like this. And it has the 4 different quadrants. And within each quadrant, there's 3 different areas. So in our professional, we have our environment, our compensation, and our job satisfaction. Unfortunately, that's where most people spend almost all their time thinking about balance. That's not really very accurate. We spend some of our time there for sure, but when we can look at everything on a holistic level, you can define what success is. That's going to help you become better in those areas, actually in the professional life, but you'll become a stronger person across the board. So the other quadrants are our resources, our time, our talent, and our treasure, time being our most valuable asset, as always. The next one is relationships, our partner or spouse, friends and family. How do we look at all 3 of those? And lastly is going to be our health, but our physical, our mental, and our spiritual health. How do we feel about all those things? Now, this tool is specifically written with some friends from Gallup who helped me write this in a way that it's ambiguous enough that it'll be specific to your terms. But when you can look at life on a holistic level, all 4 quadrants, it's really going to allow you to be more successful and to define what that success on a holistic level looks like. All right, so once we do that, then the second piece is, how do you define where you want to go? Well, we do the assessment, you do a visualization, and I talk about this more in depth in other videos on this channel, so please feel free to check them out or go to our website. We've got a full course on this if you want. But the next step then is, once you define what amazing looks like, where do you want to be for those whole areas? Well, how do you go through and build a plan? It's basic strategic planning. You can do this on your own. You don't need specific tools, but we actually have an entire course associated with that as well. And we talk about it in other videos, but how do you create that roadmap so that you define, hey, this is where I want to go, boom. How do I break this down into goals for this year? And then how do I break it down to where I'm achieving quarterly objectives each quarter, driving to that? And then the last component of this is, how can you consistently execute on it? How can you hold yourself accountable to make sure you're showing up and doing the work every time? It's easy, but easy isn't necessarily simple. So what this means is, how can you create some sort of accountability group? Maybe it's a partner or a spouse, maybe it's multiple friends, and you set that accountability group up to where you ruthlessly but compassionately hold each other's feet to the fire on how are we doing on our goals, our quarterly objectives. Where are we at with that? So we have a vision, we have goals, we have quarterly objectives. How are we doing on those? Are we on track? Are we getting them done the way we want to get them done? But when you start to do this, it's really, really it has an amazing impact. Since my wife and I have started to do this, and we've done this for, 10 years, with this clarity and intention, we've been able to more than triple our income. We live most of the time in the high country at 10,000 feet in Colorado, but we take 2 months off a year doing adventure travel, and we get to work with the people we love, helping people, having a big impact. We also do a lot of health stuff. My wife's an ultra runner. I love riding my bike. So when we do these things, but we put that clarity of intention behind it,
anything is possible. So if you found any value with this, hey, please subscribe, check out some of the other videos, or go to our site, lifeon-yourterms.com. Thank you. Keep smiling.